Hello YouTube, it's Brian from Village Sharpening here in sunny Bisley in the United Kingdom. We've got a nice Victorinox 8-inch chef knife today. It's in relatively good condition, but it's been in storage for some years and it's developed a little bit of rust. Again, it's been in outdoor storage. You can see a tiny little bit of surface rust. We are going to remove that with a 3M conditioning belt, and again we're going to sharpen this. I have test cut an onion on this and it has cut an onion, and let me tell you, it's not a feeling of joy, but it will cut. So I'm going to clean it up and sharpen it and take you guys with me. Let's go to the shop and start polishing. Well, it didn't take long, but I ran into my first small issue. I've tried a couple of different abrasives. I tried 3M conditioning belt, finest I had from Cliff Curry in Hawaii. Anyway, all I managed to do was put some annoying scratches in the blade right there. Hopefully you can't see those too badly. I've tried to buff them out with a felt belt and some 2.5 micron compound, but again, that I've created work for myself. I can probably get those out. I've tried a number of different things, and the only thing so far that I've managed to safely get the rust off is this tiny brass wire wheel in my little Foredom tool. So I'm going to show you how to do this very quickly. I don't know, you can probably see a tiny blemish here. Bear in mind the rotation direction. It's invisible. Okay, sure, I've managed to. Okay. That's really between you and me. Now there's a bit more here. I'm going to quickly take off what I can. Now I never thought there would be a use for the brass wheel, but apparently I was wrong. And as we like to say in the UK, there's nothing to see here. I think by the time I finish washing down this blade after the sharpening, most traces of the buff will be gone. The only exception will be the small set of scratches that I put in right here. Again, we'll see what we can do. We'll treat that as a separate exercise. But anyway, luckily, amazingly, I found a use for these. Woohoo! Well done, Brian. Now, I like the factory edges on these so much that I'm going to keep it. So I'm just going to use the Sharpie method and try and retain. I'm going to say we're very, very close. I am going to drop a tiny bit. Okay, that was about 3 numbers. I'm very, very close. I'm going to drop another number and see where we're at. I'm close. Do a sanity check on the other side for completeness. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, let's get some water in this tray. That's about right. I'm going to roughen the stone because it's been a while and that knife's never been sharpened before. That's rough. Okay, first side. We are not taking off much metal. I can barely feel it. Quick inspection. Taken some metal off. It looks like we've taken more metal off here than we have up here, so we'll try and balance that out. Okay, I've got no burr on that side, and I've got no burr on that side. Okay, I'm going to make 2 more passes each side, and then we'll see where we're at. I'm not taking off much metal. Doesn't feel like much is happening. Okay, I've got a burr, ever so slight, on that side. Okay, and nothing on this side, which is fair enough. Oh yeah. Seems to be fairly consistent. Okay, I'm going to smooth the stone. And I don't mind doing this because I could feel some rough spots. I'm going to touch it again. I want a consistent smoothness. Okay, this is the side with the burr. Now, it would be nice if we could get the burr up on this side after this pass, but we probably will need another pass on each side. Okay. Slight burr here, very slight. And it's not, oh, it's consistent here. Okay. Just very carefully give it a wipe. Okay, you can see we've got an edge forming here, a nice one. A little bit of fininess here, but that's not bad. We can cure that with a nice smoothing pass. Okay, so let's just do one more on each. Okay, gonna flip. Okay, I can feel a little bit of roughness. Now, I don't know if that's coming from the stone or the knife. In case I'm not happy with it. Okay, that's nice. I'd say that's quite good. Got a burr up just on the side, perfect. Got a beautiful edge there. Actually, I'm very happy with that. I'm going to make another pass on this side, just to keep everything symmetrical. A little more attention on the tip. I think I'm going to just do a smoothing pass. Okay. Time for a closer look. I've got an incredibly sharp edge that extends all the way to the tip and all the way to the base. Okay, I'm going to hone. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll get set up. It's interesting. You saw me sharpen and try and match the factory edge. Well, I flipped the Tormek around and I had to measure the edge because I like precision honing on the leather wheel. So I set up the vertical stand at the other end here, and I had to measure and set this up. And it's interesting, it came out at exactly 15 degrees, or very, very close to it. I'm going to say 14.999, just under. So it's very interesting. I do like this factory edge. Again, these are great knives to use right away when you get them out of the box, and there's obviously a reason why. So I'm really happy. I've got the 15-degree edge. I'm going to continue that with the hone, and I just love to try out this knife. Go back to that onion and see where we're at. But anyway, first things first. So we've got a little Tormek paste on that wheel. I'd like a little bit more. Now I've got the burr right on this side. I'm doing edge trailing, of course, when you're honing. This leather wheel is taking a real beating. I don't want to beat it up any more than it is. Okay. Might even put a drop of mineral oil on that as well. I'd say the burr is gone, but I'm just going to check. Okay, that's 2 passes on this side. And that's 2 passes on this side. Okay, powering off the machine. Very nice sharp edge. Anybody would be pleased with that. Could be a little bit sharper back here, but that's okay. I see that there's a rounded bit here. They've done that for safety at the factory, so I just may leave that. I've got a real nice cutting edge about there, but this is, put it this way, it could use a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it. Feels very nice. Just going to check to see if there's, oh, that's very smooth. There's nothing going on, and at the risk of chopping my Sharpie off, I'm going to stop. Okay. So I'm going to clean up this knife, and we're going to go inside and we're going to cut some paper, okay? I promise this time I will not forget the paper. Thank you. Just bear with me and I'll set up again. Okay, as promised, I'll cut some paper. I don't cut a lot of paper with knives. It's kind of weird. I use scissors, but for those of you who have an interest in cutting paper, there. Pretty good. Okay, we can cut paper. What I prefer, as you know, is the good old best test, because I can learn something from it. There's 100 grams on here. I've made my own little 100-gram weight, and that weighs 100 grams. And I hang that off of the line tight on one end, and then I snug this up. So I don't like to cheat because I don't gain anything. We're in test mode. Oops, sorry. We're in test mode. So let's give it a go. Now this is kind of random. 227. Okay. Again, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but it's perfectly serviceable. It's as good as new, maybe a little bit better. Can I get it sharper? Of course, you and I know we can get it a little bit sharper, but we're going to have to spend like a lot of time on it. Do I want to spend a lot of time on a Victorinox? You know, if it was my favorite knife, sure, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to chop onions and stuff with it. Sorry. But these are great knives. The handles are flawless. Okay, you can grip. Just naturally, the point of balance on this knife is somewhere around here. Pleasure to use, light as a feather. To keep manufacturing costs down, they've used a stamped piece here, which, again, the quality of the steel is good, the finish is good, the edge is good, the handle is the best part. You can't drop it, it's non-slip, it's waterproof, food safe, all that good stuff. You see these in commercial kitchens, residential kitchens. This one, I think, originally was probably bought for our boat and ended up in our caravan, hence the rust, or maybe the rust came from the box. But this is, it's a great serviceable knife, and it is unbeatable value. Sorry, it just is. You can pay more for a knife and get less, whatever you like. Not for a knife collector, but definitely for a knife user. I was in a cafe the other day and they had 3 of these up on a magnetic rack on the wall. So they obviously use them. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Let's go sharpen something else. And I brought the paper this time.